I'm Holly, and welcome to today's talk. Today is a Christian-focused one, so, if you're not late into that, feel free to tune out. I've been reading two books lately, mainly with a Lent focus, because it's Lent. One is Woven, A Faith for the Dissatisfied by McKerrow. The other one is Live by Night, Finding God in the Pages of the Old Testament by Florer, Bixler. Both books very much fit into the post-structuralist or post-postmodern worldview. And I know lots of people are like, well, they're two different things, but there's a lot of similarities. And the thing is, with Woven, it's all about Joel's challenge to overcome his fishbowl, as he calls it. So he grew up in a conservative, evangelical, Anglican church and sort of had a very small view of the world, and everyone was like him. And then he sort of had lots of experiences in his life where he realised Jesus actually hung out with people that weren't necessarily just white and middle class and wealthy and all those things. And the other one is about the Old Testament. Melissa takes us through the Old Testament, and she, in the first, I haven't read it all yet, just the first chapter and the preface and the foreword, but her premise is that she essentially wants to make us think about the Old Testament as something that we can grapple with and something that can really add a lot of grace to our lives, our understanding of God, our relationship with God, and our understanding of the scriptures. And the issues things have, these books have brought up for me, is something I've been grappling with for a while, which is we've spent 30, 40 years, 50 years deconstructing modernism. We've spent 30 or 40 years deconstructing power relationships and deconstructing colonial relationships and gender relationships. And don't get me wrong, we've got a long way to go. And we're getting better at recognizing our own privilege. Again, still got a long way to go. But what we're struggling with, and what I think a lot of people, especially religious people, are struggling with, is where the hope is or where the construction is. So we deconstruct our white privilege or our wealth or our colonialism or all those things, and we spend a lot of time apologising for it, and then we kind of go, what next? And I think that's why a lot of people are attracted to more right-wing Christian churches now. A lot of young people are going there instead of to the older, more established Episcopal churches, because they're offering certainty. They're offering black and white. They're saying being gay is wrong, being married, not having sex before marriage is right. There's, even though they're quite old-fashioned concepts, young people are gravitating toward them because it's a myriad world. They're confused and they want to know what the answer is. The problem is, friends, there is no answer. There is no one answer. The world is full of mystery. God and faith is based on mystery. And all we can do is work within the current climate. So back to my point. What I think we as Christians need to do in the more established traditions and all over the place is to continue the work, because it's not over, on recognising our privilege and being aware of it and not allowing it to make all our decisions for us. Continuing the fight for justice for people who are oppressed, for people who are LGBTIQ+, for people who are Indigenous, people of colour, for people that live in poverty. But we need to also work out how we construct, how that new world is. And the Bible gives us a blueprint for that. Jesus, the person of Jesus, gives us a blueprint for that. We just need to watch and look and to talk to each other about it. And instead of shaming, and this is an issue with the political left and the religious left, instead of making it about guilt or shame, about you're too white, you're too privileged, whatever, we need to make it about how do we make it a positive recognition of those things, but also allowing it to be and this is what we do next. We deconstruct so we can construct something better, not so we're just left in a wallowing pit of despair and lack of not knowing who we are anymore. Like, we need to actually have some kind of construction after the deconstruction, after the recognition that we're flawed, and we can make a better world after that. So that's all I have to say for today. Thanks for listening.